This is Whiskey Charlie 8, Lima Alpha November, designated Skywarn Net Control Station for the Lansing area. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning that has started just a few minutes ago, and we are going to bring the net in and start in the condition green. Stand by for tones.
File 2 closed.
Okay, while the net is under condition green currently, we'll make it, we'll take it to condition yellow. Amateur radio traffic is now halted. Regular amateur communications will have to go through net control. Right now, we're only looking with severe weather reports to be transmitted, such as winds in excess of 50 miles an hour, phonoclouds, tornadoes, or any life-threatening conditions such as injuries, structural damage, arcing, or down power lines. If this repeater should fail, the backup is 146.940 at a PL tone of 100 hertz. All operators checking in will be required to check out if you leave the net for any reason. Checking in, please provide your call signs slowly and phonetically with your first name and your current location. This is Whiskey Charlie 8, Lima Alpha November, and now standing by for check-ins for train spotters for the Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton counties. This is Kilo 1, Charlie 8, Echo Hotel Romeo, 2 miles straight north of Onondaga.
Kilo, Mike, 8, Delta, Alpha, Delta, KM8DAD, Dan, north end of St. John's.
This is Kilo, Echo, 8, Hotel, Sierra, Oscar, Mike, mobile nearby the high school, Eaton Rapids.
CAZLQ Portable, Pleasant Grove, Middle Road, from T-size sale to let you guys know.
W8BTI Weather Net.
I got Kilo Mike 8, Delta Alpha Delta Dan in north of St. John's. Got Kilo Echo 8, Hotel Sierra Oscar Mike, who's mobile. And then Kilo Charlie 8, Zulu Lima Quebec Mike in Miller Road. There was somebody else. What was that? What was your call sign? Get that. Please come back again.
I'm making the repeater okay next to
It's a little scratchy. A little scratchy, but I just was able to make you out right at that time.
You don't have to get to my mobile to get to the trade. The call here is Kilo 1, Charlie 8, Echo Hotel Romeo, 2 miles straight north of Onondaga.
See that. All right. Any other stations checking in? Come now.
This is Echo 8, Whiskey Yankee Papa, northwest of St. John's.
Echo 8, Whiskey Yankee Papa. Is that Hank? Over.
Yep, I thought I said it, but maybe not.
Copy that. Next station, please.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Papa, Papa, Bravo, Don in DeWitt.
PPB, Don, got you in DeWitt. Next station.
0, Bravo, Bravo, Quebec, Chuck, Lansing.
0 BBQ, got you, Chuck. Next station.
Delta 8, Mike, Oscar, Kilo, Randy, Mason, and when you're ready I can give radar and storm update.
Delta 8, Mike, Oscar, Kilo, Randy, copy on that, and I'll make sure when I don't hear anything for check-ins. Go ahead, next check-in.
This is
Whiskey 8, Romeo, Quebec, Sierra, Stephen, in the northwest corner of Bath Township, Clinton County.
Romeo, Quebec, Sierra, gotcha, Stephen. Thanks for the check-in. Is there any braking traffic at this time? Please come now.
Kilo, Echo 8, Hotel, Sierra, Oscar, East Rapids, Mobile.
Copy on East Rapids Mobile. Could you say your call sign slowly again?
Kilo, Echo 8, Hotel, Sierra, Oscar.
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Hotel Oscar. Gotcha, mobile. Kilo Echo 8. Next station, please.
This is Kilo Delta 8, Victor Juliet Delta, KD8 BJD, Allen, Onondaga.
KD8 BJD copy that. Gotcha on Onondaga. At this time, was there any emergency traffic or anything that needed to be brought for anything that needs to be brought to the net? Didn't hear anything. All right, next check-in, please. Come now. This is Whiskey X-Ray 8, Mike Hotel. Name is Mike. X8 MH, Mike, copy. Next station, come now.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Oscar Yankee, East Lansing near Hunter Park. We've got hail and high winds here.
Okay, I got Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Oscar, what was the last one?
Yankee, and we have high winds and hail coming here in East Lansing, right by Hunter Park.
Copy that. Do you have an approximate idea of the amount? You know, like is it over 50 miles an hour, and what's the hail size?
Don't have a clue. I am legally blind, but I'm inside an apartment, let's put it that way, and I can hear the wind ripping through. It's sounding pretty loud, and the hail hitting the building, so that's an indication. I'm sorry I'm not able to give you the exact size or speed of it.
Right, thanks for the information. Appreciate that. Next station, please come now.
Kilo 8, November, Yankee.
8, November, Yankee. What's your name?
Kilo 8, November, Yankee. Kenny will be viewing in the area of Jolly Dunkel.
Kenny, got you, Jolly Dunkel. Next station. Nothing heard. Kilo Delta 8, Mike Oscar, Kilo Randy. Go ahead.
8 and 1.
come again?
K8NNY.
Okay, K8NMNY. What's your name?
Kilo 8 November Yankee Kenny will be viewing in the area of Jolly and Dunkel.
Kilo 8 November Yankee Kenny. Got you in the area. I appreciate that. Thank you. Kilo Delta 8 Mike Oscar Kilo Randy. Go ahead with your report.
Kilo Delta 8 Mike Oscar Kilo with a little radar and weather update. The principal interest of this storm is moved over south Lansing, southwest Lansing, and into what's now going into East Lansing. The storm has lessened a little bit in the last few minutes, but the principal concern here is wind and potentially quarter-size hail. So that's what we're on the lookout for on this storm that the warning was issued over. That right now, according to the National Weather Service, Chad, is the principal concern on this line of storms moving through, is this storm that we're looking at here over Lansing, East Lansing. So be looking for any reports of hail, particular size of the hail from that cell that's passing through Lansing, East Lansing right now. This is K8MOK, back to net control.
W8BCI Weather Net.
MOK, appreciate that. Are there any other stations that need to check in? Please come now.
Roll.
Sounds like Chuck. Go ahead.
Roger, this is Chuck. Quarter-size hail here in Lansing near Frandor.
Quarter-size hail near Frandor. Any others out there? Please come now.
Quarter-inch.
Quarter-inch. Was there another station that wanted to report?
Yeah, MOK. I wanted to follow up on Chuck's report there. Chuck, had you already reported that to NWS through the app, or do we need to get that reported for you?
Reported it into Bing app.
Back to net control.
Thank you for those reports. I didn't hear anybody for checking in, so just again reminding everyone when we're looking at for stuff, we're looking at severe weather such as tornadoes, wall clouds, winds in excess of 50 miles an hour, hail of any size, so we got the quarter-inch with that. Severe storm-related damage are to be transmitted. Lima Alpha November, designated Skywarn Net Control Station. Just wanted to reiterate that there is a severe thunderstorm warning at this time, and we have our radio station is under condition yellow with the Skywarn Net Control have this under control, which means that regular radio amateur traffic has to go through net control.
KD8, I'm okay.
This is WC8LAN Net Control. Go ahead, last station.
KD8, I'm okay here. A little radar update. They've canceled the warning for northeastern Eaton County. We're still under a warning for the northern part of Ingham County. The storm cell that caused the warning in the hail is passing through, East Lansing, Hazlet area. Has seen a little bit of re-intensification on the other side of 127, but is moving pretty quickly to the northeast. So expect the warning to be canceled for Ingham County here in the next probably 10 minutes or so. NWS does have our reports, and that's all I've got to update right now. It's KD8, I'm okay.
KD8, MOK, WC8LAN. Copy that. Thanks for the report. Does anybody have any other things that they need to report that are hail reports or severe storm damage reports or excess weather or excess winds of 50 miles an hour or over?
For ROY, there is excess flooding here on Kalamazoo Street.
Excess flooding, did you say where it's completely covering, you said Kalamazoo Street?
Affirmative. My sighted guide is just informed me that she sees the areas really flooded. So, yeah. So, on Kalamazoo Street, over there by Hunter Park.
W8BCI weather.
Copy that report on the flooded in Kalamazoo area. Curiosity, is the traffic being stopped where they're not being able to go through?
Negative, negatory. Slowing them down quite a bit though, but still able to move.
Copy that, K4ROY. Copy that, WC8LAN.
Oscar 4, Romeo Oscar Yankee, returning back to net control.
K4ROY, Roy, hey, do you know what the cross street is for that Kalamazoo Street report?
We're in between Cedar and the expressway down here. That's what my sighted guide's telling me.
Got Cedar. What was the other in between Cedar and what?
Holmes. Holmes, isn't it? There's a freeway up there. She can't think of the name of the street. There's a freeway up there. It's just a little bit in front of us. I'm sorry, Clemens.
Got it. Okay, Clemens. Got it.
Well, KO4 ROY, back to net control.
I'm okay with a little additional update.
KD8 MOK, net control, go ahead.
NWS has reduced the warning size. Most of the city of Lansing is now out of the warning area, but for everyone that's watching this, they've extended the warning into Shiawassee County for that cell. It's because it continues to move northeast pretty quick. It will be out of the county here shortly. I anticipate them dropping the warning, the rest of the warning for Ingham County very soon. There is an additional line of thunderstorms approaching Lansing and Ingham County from the west, moving northeast fairly quickly, but no warnings issued on that line of storms, nothing abnormally severe in that at this point. So this is KD8 MOK, return to net control.
Copy that, KD8 MOK, copy that. Thanks for the report. Any other reports at this time? There was a law. Are there any other check-in stations? Please come now.
This is Whiskey Alpha 8, Quebec, Juliet Echo, Ed and Mason.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Juliet, Quebec. Was that correct?
This is WA8QJE, Whiskey Alpha 8, Quebec, Juliet Echo.
88QJE. Okay, copy that. Thank you.
This is Kilo Echo 8, Hotel Sierra Oscar.
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Hotel Oscar. Name, please?
Kilo Echo 8, Hotel Sierra Oscar. Mike checking out.
Echo 8, Hotel Sierra Oscar. Got you checked out, Mike. Thanks. Thanks for checking in. Thank you.
Kilo Delta 1, Juliet Delta. KD8BJD, I'll be checking out also.
KD8BJD, Allen. Got you checked out.
K8NNY.
NNY. Kenny, go ahead.
Check it out, and major kudos to the spotter for K8 ROY. Great information. Good net. Thank you all.
NNY, you're checked out. Appreciate it.
Control, this is WX8MOJ, quick radar note.
Hey, Ned, go ahead.
radar, it appears that the highest intensity return, so looking for that hail potential, is kind of between Hazlitt and Bath and heading towards Perry, basically kind of riding up I-69. So that is kind of our biggest source of interest right there, as the next line of storms is coming back. But within the warning, between Hazlitt and Bath and heading towards Perry is probably our most likely source of large hail. Back to net, WX8MOJ.
X8 MOJ, net control, thank you.
W8BCI Weather Net.
Station, this is Net Control, WC8LAN. You came in garbled.
KDA-OUY, and I hear there's a weather net, so I'm not going to talk anymore.
Be that.
W8BCI Weather Net.
I'm okay. Net Control, go ahead.
Thanks. Looks like the National Weather Service has canceled or ended the warning for Ingham County. The warning on that cell continues in Shiawassee County until 8:30 p.m. Eastern, but it has moved out of Ingham County. There is line storms moving through the Lansing area right now. Some stronger cells to the south of Lansing, heading through the Mason area, leaving Charlotte and to the Mason area, central Ingham County. But no warnings or watches, no warnings on that, as we all still remain under a send it back to net control.
8 MOK, WCLAN, net control, thanks for the information.
Ooh, one more break-in. It looks like actually I was mistaken. The watch area does not include Ingham County. It's Berrien County. So, looks like the Ingham area, northern, is clear to watch. Katie, I'm okay.
This is net control, thanks for the information. WC8LAN, designated Skywarn net control. We were under condition yellow, now we are under condition green. The net is still active. But regular radio, amateur radio traffic can come through. Just make sure that your communication is short.
DAD net control.
M8 DAD net control, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and check out for now. Looks like pretty much whatever it was that we had is past us. It's calmed down quite a bit, so I'll just keep an eye on the radar, and I'm going to run out and do a couple errands, and if things heat up again, I'll go ahead and check back in.
M8 DAD net control, thanks for the check out, appreciate it.
ZQZ.
8ZLQ, was that you, Mike?
Negative, KB8ZQZ.
Me, KC8ZLQ here. Did you need something?
Control, that is Dennis Boone, KB8ZQZ.
Okay, I was looking for it on the thing and I just didn't see it. All right, KB8ZQZ net control, go ahead.
Good evening. It still is fairly hard in East Lansing. There's a noticeable amount of street flooding on Hagedorn Road at least.
What's the closest cross street to that area, please?
Call it Bircham, Hagedorn and Bircham. It was kind of all along as I came up the road, but that's probably the worst piece. It was up over the curbs at one point there.
Copy, Hagedorn and Bircham, appreciate that.
KB8ZQZ.
WHBCI weather net.
There's some more Hagedorn just north of Lake Lansing. I think there's actually a car stalled out in that one.
Copy that, KB8ZQZ.
KB8ZQZ will be out for the evening.
KB8ZQZ, Dennis got you checked out. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate the info.
Nice work. KB8ZQZ, good night. I'm okay to net control.
88, I'm okay. Net control, go ahead.
I thought I'd maybe get a little final radar update here as we're going to probably wind things down. The cell that we received the warning over is moving through Shiawassee County pretty quickly. Moved out of our area a little bit ago. Have been reports of quarter, nickel, dime, pea-sized hail all throughout Lansing, South Lansing, up through East Lansing, and of course everyone heard the reports of flooding. Just for situational awareness, this is round 1 of 3. We should be receiving another round of storms late this evening, hopefully none severe, and then there is a chance in the morning, per National Weather Service, of the possibility of some severe storms in the early morning hours tomorrow, between 6 and 9 a.m., let's say, in our area. No exact timing yet, obviously, but just to put everybody on alert that we probably might be out here doing this again, depending on how things go. But for now, looks like we're clear. The current line of storms is moving through the city of Lansing and into the rest of Bingham County, but nothing severe, no warnings are issued on this line. So I think we're probably safe to shut it down for now, return the repeater to normal use, and go back into standby mode and wait for the next round. This is KD8 MOK.
KD8 MOK, net control, WC8 LAN. Okay, copy that. With that announcement, then we will proceed with the checkouts process. So I'm going to give your call sign and your name, and then go ahead and give me your call sign and out. So Kilo Mike 8 Delta Alpha Delta Dan. That's already done. Sorry, Kilo Charlie 8 Zulu Lima Quebec Mike.
Oscar 4 Romeo Oscar Yankee Troy monitoring.
Kilo Charlie 8 Zulu Lima Quebec Mike.
Came out for tonight, 7 degrees, love helping. Talk to you later. KC8ZLQ, clear for now.
Echo 8 Whiskey Yankee Papa Hank.
Echo 8 Whiskey Yankee Papa, checking out.
Bravo 8 Papa Bravo Don.
UB8 PPB out.
So 0 Bravo Quebec Chuck.
W.
Quebec Chuck out.
Delta 8 Mike Oscar Kilo Randy.
Delta 8 Mike Oscar Kilo, Roger, out.
8 Romeo Quebec Sierra Steven. Whiskey 8 Romeo Quebec Sierra out. Whiskey X-ray 8 Mike Hotel Mike. WX8MH out. 4 Romeo Oscar Yankee Roy.
Call me. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Oscar Yankee. Somebody call me.
Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Oscar Yankee. Yeah, Roy, I was just talking to you about checking out. We're shutting down.
That's good. I might keep the radio on frequency just in case things ramp up here again. But that's good to know.
Yeah, thanks, Roy. Whiskey Alpha 8 Quebec Juliet Echo Ed. WAQJE.
Just for heads My name is Troy, Tango Romeo Oscar Yankee, Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Oscar Yankee, back to monitoring.
About that. My bad. I also had somebody from Onondaga named Clint. I didn't really get the call sign. Could you give me the call sign, please?
Sure can, Net Control. Call is Kilowatt Charlie 8 Echo Hotel Romeo. And when you're done with roll call, I can maybe tug on your ear just a little bit. Back to you.
Good. Kilo Charlie 8 Echo Hotel Romeo. Got you checked out. All right. The net is now closed or shut down, and I think for everyone for participating. So I'm going to just stand by for tones.
File 1 closed.
KC8 EHR W8NGT. This is Tim. Go ahead.
Tim, name is Clint. Constructive criticism, if you don't mind. I had someone text me and was expressing a concern about the audio levels of some of the other stations. You can't hear them. And I remember when I was younger and I got my ticket, one of the elders, he's passed down, a couple of them actually, keys Don Tillotson and Harold Bell. They were telling me that I should always be concerned about your audio quality, which included not just the tone, but the how it's projected. If you can hear it. And I got thinking, that's a pretty good point. I never thought of that. Because several times when I've been out spotting, chasing storms, you've got heavy winds, you've got rain and hail pelting your vehicle. It's hard to hear your radio, let alone with some of the low audio that's coming through there. So those older folks are telling me you should try to get familiar with your rig. All rigs are different, and just try to get familiar with your rig and try to get the best projected audio out of your rig. So, wow, that was a pretty good concept. Thought I'd just share that on. I don't hear that taught anymore, and I thought that's a pretty important thing as a radio operator. We want to make sure we have, not just talking on the radio, not just listening, but that we have good signals, which includes, be able to hear it. That's all. KC8 EHR, thank you for your time. Thanks for running the net. KC8 EHR. EHR, that's WCA, or W8 NGT. Hey, appreciate that. Now, is my audio bad then? No, you have one of the strongest audios. And it's not always the fault of the station transmitting, because, my hearing's not the best, but I'm not deaf. And, I do have tinnitus, but a lot of times, oftentimes, I have to take the volume on my radio and crank that all the way up just to hear somebody who's got a really low audio. And then when they let off, I know it's not my hearing because I hear the ID on the repeater, which covers up the other station's audio. You can't even hear the other station. Or the courtesy tone at the squelch tail. That is so loud. You can almost like that crackling sound on your speaker. So I know it's the volume coming from the airwaves right from the transmitting station. So your audio is great. Yours I can hear very well, but I can't just pick out any particular person. I really don't want to do that anyways, but just food for thought for anyone. Just kind of keep that in the back of your head that there's someone trying to hear you in case of an emergency and stuff. I think that's pretty important. That's all. And not saying I'm any better. Just food for thought. KC8EHR.
KC8 EHR W8NGT. Hey, Clint, I appreciate the info. I just was making sure that I wasn't out, because there has been a time when I've been out of whack. So I just wanted to make sure that that was good. No, that's good for all radio operations, for every individual radio operator. So I do appreciate the information, appreciate the feedback, and appreciate you checking in. So you have yourself a good night, KC8 EHR. This is W8NGT out.
Okay, not a problem. An idea maybe for a net, just everyone talk and give audio level reports, and everyone just work on their radios maybe, or whatever they got to do to be able to train. I mean, let me ask you that, Tim. How's my audio sound? Is my audio good and loud?
Yeah, Clint, I got you loud and clear. I have just a little bit of scratching on it, but that's kind of the repeater. We've had some issues with that repeater, but very little. But yeah, I can hear you clear as day. There's a few people that occasionally I have to ask again. They either push the mic at a particular time or whatever, but for the most part, everybody tonight I heard.
Yeah, it's good for rag chewing and stuff, but some of it was hard to hear. And if you're out chasing a storm and you got a lot of sound with the rain and whatnot, it just makes it hard to hear. That's all. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Sorry to take up too much of it. And you have a great night. Thank you again for running the net.
W.
God bless. KC8EHR.
KC8EHR, KC8EHR, this is KO4ROY. How is my audio sounding?
Your audio for rag chewing is good. Troy, your volume could probably, like, I don't know if, my family, we talk loud anyways. My wife is always telling me, shh, she's telling me to get quieter. But projection, or another thing too, is the other day I was talking to a guy. I was always taught not to get too close to your microphone, and my thumb is touching my, I'm holding on to my mic, and I am touching my bottom of my lower lip. But I'm not talking directly into the microphone, I'm talking over it, so I'm really close to it. And that was one of the other guys, those older guys that are silent keys, they taught me that as well. But, and I told that to the other guy, and he was worried it's going to be overmodulated, which does happen, right? Sounds like you're eating your microphone. His didn't. So this rig I'm on is about a 30-year-old radio. They didn't have all that mic gain stuff. It was all built in the mic. So the new rigs that are out there, they have all kinds of settings and everything. So he actually changed the way he positioned, and it almost doubled the quality of the audio. So, I mean, I think the newer rigs, you can actually choke up on the microphone even a little bit. I don't think it'll even ruin the audio. So I think you might be able to just choke up on it a little bit. Or if you want to get in, if you have programming, change your mic gain maybe. KC8EHR.
So you're saying that the mic gain was too low? I'm talking closer to it now, so I was talking a little ways away from it before. I do have a mic gain setting on the radio too, which before it was too low. It was only on 18, and I set it to 24. So am I too loud, or am I not loud enough? Let me know so I can go in and make an adjustment.
Okay, good question. I don't think you're loud enough myself. I'm in my truck right now, and I've got rain hitting my vehicle, and I can hear you over that, but if I'm driving and got heavy torrential rain, I probably would have a hard time hearing you. Now, I know if you have too much mic gain, it will overmodulate your audio, but you can almost not have too much mic gain. You can almost not have too much volume because I can control it, make it quieter on my side if I need to, right? So I think if you increase that thing a lot higher, I think you'll be all right.
I'm gonna go in and turn the mic gain up. I was working on that in the menu, so I'm gonna go in there and turn it up some.
Okay, Roger. KC8EHR.
KCADHR. KDADAX Mobile. How are you this evening, sir? I was actually going to jump in a few minutes ago and say you were a little too high on your audio, but now that you've backed down a little bit, you're sounding good. And the other station that was just on there, yeah, I would agree. We're out here in the rain driving down the freeway as well, and I can hear him fine. His signal's good, but I would agree his audio's a little low. So if you can bump it up, that would be good. So, yep. Yeah, good hearing you guys out here. So was there a net? Like a weather net or something that just ended? Is that what I gathered from the conversation? KDADAX, Kilo Delta 8, Delta Alpha X-Ray, Zach from Rainbow Lake. We're just coming back from Auburn Hills and Flint and whatever, Clarkston. About 2.5 miles from 127 on 69 westbound. We'll be jumping on 127 northbound, heading for Rainbow Lake.
This is KO4ROI once again. I got the mic now up to 30. Up to 30. Does that sound any better? KO4ROI.
Okay, I'm going to say that sounds good. Maybe leave it at that setting for a while and see how that rolls with you. Zach, maybe you could tell him what you think, because you're on the road, and you'd probably be able to give a better report on it. And yes, there was a weather net, and they closed it down, and I'm hoping maybe the gentleman's still listening, KVAZQZ, I just want to wave a hand to him and say hi. Go ahead, Zach, pick it up. KCADHR.
Okay, thanks for the info. And yeah, the mic gain definitely is helping, definitely better. I don't know how high you can go, but you're definitely not overmodulating. You're still a little quieter than Clint, but you're still definitely get solid signal. But if you can bump it up more, feel free to keep cranking it. I can let you know if you're overmodulating it, but you're definitely substantially better than you were. From 18 to 30, it definitely has helped you out. KDADAX Mobile.
You know what, though? I'm going to have to go inside. It's raining pretty good. I am in my truck on my mobile rig, and it's raining really hard. I've disconnected. I've secured my station. I've disconnected all my coax, so my base station is down now. And I probably won't be hooking that back up until this rain subsides. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out of here, guys. Otherwise, I'm stuck out here in the driveway while it's raining. Hi. So, good meeting you there, Troy. And, yes, it sounds better. And I'll pass it back over to you, Troy. And 73 Zach, drive safe. Nasty weather out there. KC8EHR.
KC8EHR. This is KO4ROY. Okay, 31 is as high as it goes now. So I do have it all the way up as high as it will go on the mic gain. So we got it up all the way. So I'm hoping that makes it sound better.
Let me see if I got it real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it is better. But perfect example. I'm in my truck, and it might sound like I'm talking louder now, and that's because I am, because the rain is so heavy, it's loud. So, yes, that works so much better, Troy. Thank you. I'm going to get inside, guys. I'm going to get baptized here to get into the house. 73, God bless. KCADHR.
All right, 73 is good to hear you out here as always, young man. I hope your baptism between the truck and the house goes well. So, come up for air. Yeah, good to hear you out here, sir. 73s. Have a good evening. And yeah, Troy. I mean, I don't really notice anything different between 30 and 31, but I definitely just leave it maxed out. I mean, if anything, you're still a little bit quiet. You're definitely not overmodulating or overdriven audio at all. So I would leave it right where it's at. I'd leave her maxed out for now, unless you're yelling into the mic or something. Talking in the level that you're talking at now, that's significantly better than it was at 18. So I'd just leave her maxed out for now. That's my recommendation, my feedback. we're on 127 northbound now. Just got on from 69 westbound. So, yeah, it's noisy out here. A lot of road noise. The rain's is noisy. The lightning and thunder and all that fun jazz has let up a little bit. But the rain keeps coming, so I got a lot of background noise, but I can definitely hear you a lot better at 30 and 31 than I could at 18. So definitely doing the trick. What kind of radio is it that you're using anyway? What's the brand, make, model, whatever? Mobile, HT. What kind of radio you got there? KDADIX mobile.
4 MES. W8BCI repeater.
Yeah, okay, I was just going to let you know. I am running a Radtel RT880. It's an HT. So it's a portable HT, so that's what we're running. And I don't have an external mic hooked up to it. I'm just using the mic that comes with the HT. So I'm glad to hear that it's doing better. Thanks for your help. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it maxed out then. They probably had it turned down just for safety reasons, but from the factory. But I had to go in there and turn it up quite a bit. So I noticed when I was monitoring myself on Echo Link, it seemed a little bit low too. That's why I had turned it up in the first place. So KO4 ROY.
Yes, acknowledged. I'll hand it over to you as well. You know, ROI, yeah, definitely. Well, HTs, that's why I was asking too, because HTs tend to just have low audio anyway, in my experience, especially with the built-in mics in them. So yeah, if you ever switch to a speaker mic, remote speaker mic or a inline mic, an earbud or something, you very well may need to turn that down when you're using a external mic, because those tend to have a lot higher audio. I guess it's night and day difference when I plug in my earbud with my inline mic or my remote speaker mic or whatever. Night and day difference on my HTs and the built-in mic. So just food for thought. You may be way overdriven, way overmodulated if you ever plug in a remote mic. So just something to keep in mind. But I definitely would keep it where it's at with the built-in microphone all day long, for sure. So, yep. All right, yeah, I'll pass it over to MES in there, KDADIX Mobile.
KJ4, MES. Yeah, I just wanted to jump in there. I think that's like the unsung benefit of rag chewing is, through the process of rag chewing, people will tell you, hey, your audio's low. I'm having to squeeze, strain to hear you. And, yeah. So, yeah, I've seen YouTube videos, guys, talking about how there's repeaters out there that, you don't use it unless it's an emergency. Well, there's a benefit to rag chewing. And, gosh, I can never remember your full caller name, but good evening there, DYX. And the other gentleman, go ahead. Good evening.
I'm terrible at names and calls. So, yeah, Zach from Rainbow Lake, Kilo Delta 8 Delta Alpha X-Ray, KDADIX, Zach from Rainbow Lake. Yeah, and I recognize your voice there. Your new call screws me up. I know you switched calls recently just to screw people like me up that are already terrible at remembering names and calls, so appreciate that. But, yeah, I think it was Troy, ROI. I usually try to do good just to remember the last three of the call. Mine's Dax, DAX. So yeah, go ahead, ROI, and over to MES.
Good there, Dax, and good talking to you too, Zach, over there in Rainbow Lake. Yeah, I like to rag chew too. I just haven't done it in a little while. been adjusting this radio and all that, making it good. I've been looking for HF equipment that's portable because with my disability and whatnot, and the landlords at both of my locations kind of frown on antennas, so I've got to have something that I can throw up an antenna, be it a tripod or an HT-style HF rig, or I would only be able to use it in my sighted guide's vehicle, maybe. But I'd like to have something, though, that's portable that I can, you know, go out to a park if I have to or whatever and still be able to work HF. I really enjoyed it when I was living in Virginia, and I was able to do it quite often, but I haven't been able to work HF in the past couple of years, so it's kind of sad. I really enjoy HF.
WIP.
Good, sir. You go ahead and take it. KJ4MES.
This is KE8WIP. Copy me.
Hank, I think Clint cleared out a little while ago. He was sitting in his truck in his driveway, and he cleared out to go in the house. He said he was going to get baptized between his truck and his house in the rain, but he said he's got his base radio and everything unhooked. So you got Zach here, KDADIX, and Troy, I believe, I think from East Lansing area. I think I talked to him on the MSU repeater and stuff a couple weeks ago, if I remember right. And then MES, trying to remember your name, trying to remember your old call too, but yeah, I think Clint cleared out of here a little bit ago. Go ahead, Hank.
Whoever the gentleman is that has an HT.
Yeah, that would be Troy, Tango Romeo Oscar Yankee. Call sign is Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Oscar Yankee. Yeah, I'm on the Radtel 880 HT right now, so that's the one I'm on.
I was just going to give you an idea. I'm on HT right now myself. I have a 2-drawer file cabinet, an empty file cabinet, that by a window that has a 38-inch magnet mount antenna on it that has a pan that goes in a critter dog pen in your house. You pull that pan out and dump his stuff. I got a pan sitting on top of that file cabinet on a magnet mount with a magnet mount antenna hooked to an HT, and that's what I'm talking on right now, and that's what I did the net tonight on, and I'm northwest of St. John's.
Awesome. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I've thought about doing that to expand my 2-meter reception. Might even be able to do that on HF too to a certain extent, because I'm wanting to do some HF stuff. Right now I have in my other location I have a Yaesu FT450. My power supply is a little bit more than I need. It's an Astron 70 amp power supply, and that thing is heavy. I think I could probably get away with running that Yaesu on a 30 amp, and or when I'm portable I could probably run it on a LifePo 4 battery and hook it to a some type of a tripod, kind of like the Radiodity 010. I have a Moon Ranker base antenna that is end-fed. I probably could, if worse came to worse, get one of those basketball net holders that the kids use and put like sand at the bottom of it and clamp that antenna onto that and kind of make it a portable antenna. Because I've already got the antenna. I've never been able to get it out of the box because at the other location the landlord kind of frowns on it. So I'm trying to come up with something.
I was just giving you an idea of what to do with your HT there, because like I say, I'm doing a net on 5 watts, and I'm on 5 watts right now, and I'm assuming you can hear me well, so just because of that magnet mount on that pan on top of the two drawer file cabinet, and it's sitting by a window, it gets out like crazy. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that at you. This is KE8WYP back out. I'm just monitoring in case they do the net control again, and I'm doing some filing and stuff and paperwork. So you have a good rest of your night, and drive safe, Zach. Say hi to Laura. This is KE8WYP out.
W8BBI repeater.
I have a quick question. This is Kilo Oscar or Romeo Oscar Yankee. One of the locations I'm at, my sighted guy, I hang around with, the police is upstairs. I know they use HTs and stuff like that. My concern is if I get something too powerful, like, for example, if I were to connect it to a higher gain antenna, would I stand a possibility of interfering with them? Now, I had, checked out on a spectrum analyzer, and it looks good on a spec-an, but what's your thoughts on that? Because I definitely do not want to interfere with the police department and cause any issues. That's been, an experience I had years ago, dealing with CB radio, and I'm sure, ham radio is no different. You run a little bit too much power, and you stand the chance of bleeding something. So let me know what you think about that. This is KO4ROY.
K4, see if I got it. I'm just going to throw my 2 cents out on that. As long as your radio is clean, not, within spec of spurious emission, I'd say on 2 meter 440 you would be fine with, even with a higher gain antenna. HF, if you were to operate HF in there, I don't think that would bug it, but that's my 2 cents on that. And I got some ideas for antennas for you when it comes back around. I don't want to hold up the mic too long. DAX, go ahead.
DAX Mobile. Yep. Well, I agree with those comments on interfering with law enforcement. As long as your radio's in spec, you're not blasting out a bunch of spurious emissions there, you should be good. But also a lot of law enforcement and all that. The majority of the law enforcement up in our area, which we're like in a welfare county, and we're pretty much all 800 megahertz statewide system. So, I don't know what you would have to do to cause interference on a 2 meter, 70 centimeter radio on 800 megahertz, but it would be something ridiculously lucrative. 800 megahertz truck statewide system running like encryption and stuff. Like, if you can screw that up with a 2 meter, 70 centimeter radio, you're pumping some ridiculous power or something out there, in my opinion. So it shouldn't be an issue. So most of what law enforcement and stuff's running is not anywhere near anything that we use anymore on analog. So that's just my feedback on it. And good to hear you out here this evening, Hank. I don't know if you're talking about the Simplex net. If you guys have that or not. We were over in Auburn Hills and Flint and stuff, so wasn't nearby or just getting back in the neighborhood area here. So, but hopefully that went well. Simplex 146-440, the 7 p.m. Friday night Clinton County Amateur Radio Club net. Over to, I don't know, I guess who it goes to now. I don't know if Hank's still in here or not. Over to Hank, if you're still in here. If not, over to Troy.
I was giving Hank enough chance to come back in case he wanted to come back. This is KO4ROY. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. Because I would like to be able to do some HF again. I guess what I might end up doing is getting one of them little tripod antennas then. The one I really like though is like a couple $100. It's the Radiodity HF009. It goes from 80 meters all the way to 6 meters, and it covers a wide area. So I'm looking at that antenna, and then maybe just get a 30 amp power supply like the Pyramid one, and at least I'd be able to do HF again. And then I have one of those window coax things, those flat coaxes, where I could run it through the door. And basically what I would do is I'd just put the tripod up when I'm using it and then take it down when I'm not. So that way it wouldn't be a problem.
JJ4 NES. Name's Jim, or James. Yeah, those tripod antennas are good. I actually run one for POTA. You can actually you could probably get away with using a mirror mount with a long spike and mount the mirror mount onto that spike that has a 3/8 24 mirror mount connector on it. And go get one of those 17-foot whips. That will get you 20 meters down to 6, or actually, it probably even get you 2 meters, down to 2 meters, so yeah. But that can be done fairly reasonably priced.
What you're saying is to get a mirror mount and then mount it on like a little spike, like a pole, like a... Because I know they had one, I was tempted to get it. On Amazon, it comes with a big 17-foot whip. It can go to 17 foot. It's got a spike, and it's got a little red thing. It's got a connector on both sides. One's for the spike, and then one's for your, I think the 3/8 by 24 that comes with it. And then you screw your coax into where the coax connector goes, and it's supposed to cover something like 20 meters to 6 meters or something like that. It doesn't look quite as rugged as the HF009. I think the antenna was like $80. But like I said, something like that would get me on HF. And if I could just get the smaller power supply, the Pyramid one, it's a 30 amper. And then my Yaesu radio runs about 100 watts if I ran it max. It covers all the HF bands. So something like that would be good. And I got an antenna tuner too with it for it. It's the HEU 100 Pro Plus. So it probably should cover everything I need then.
Giving DAX a chance to jump in there. Yeah, I would say that something like that, the one you were talking about with the red connector that goes at the base of the 17-foot whip, that'll get you 20 meters all the way down. And then if you want to get creative, barrel make-off button. If you wanted to get creative and play around with some DIY stuff, you can make a DIY sporty 40 coil and have a coil you can put in there and get on 40 meters. So, yeah, just an idea. That, easily set up and easily tore down, and just my 2 cents. Go ahead. I don't know if DAX is still out here, Zach. Probably give him a shot, and if not, then take it.
KD8AX, yeah, we're still here. We're just listening. Yep. I don't know what I was going to say. I had something I was going to say. I'm trying to think of. I don't know. You said something that got me thinking about what I was going to say next time I keyed up, but now I can't remember what it is, so I don't know. I'll think of it as soon as I unkey. Over to you, Troy.
repeater.
Did we lose you there, Troy?
Yeah, Roger. I'm trying to get my, I'm trying to plug my HT into the little charger here. Here we go. There we go. I got a C charger. I just plugged it in so I can run it while I'm talking to you, and it won't run down on me. But yeah, I'm anxious to try that. I'm anxious to try the HF antenna. What I might do is I'll have to, at my other location, go grab my window with that little flat coax thing, run it through the door, and then I can set the tripod up out there and spike it into the ground and see if it'll work that way. And then I got a Wilson 500 magnet mount CB antenna. And I think in a pinch, when I'm out in the vehicle, if I could come up with some kind of a way to power the AC, I'm a little bit concerned about that too. And here's the thing, my sighted guide's vehicle is a little older, about 20 years old. And we're concerned that if I were to power up a 100-watt radio in that vehicle, it might cause an issue with the electrical system. What you guys think about that? KO4ROY.
At 100 watts, you will definitely blow a fuse. If you turn the power down to probably about 10 watts or so, or 10 or 20 watts, actually I think 20 watts should be 100% fine too. I've got a G90, Zygu G90, and I run that on a 10 amp hour battery. I think it only has a 7 amp fuse, so I think you'd be 100% fine with that at 20 watts. So. And then with that antenna, the spike antenna we were talking about, make sure you got at least two 17-foot wire radials on the ground. Then your SWR should be right good. Go ahead, Zach.
DAX. Yep. Oh yeah, so I remembered your 100-watt Yaesu HF rig. What's that pull? Like, what's the max amperage that radio pulls at 100 watts on any of the bands? You said it's like an all band radio, but I wondered you said you got a 30 amp power supply, which to me that's pretty hefty, pretty decent power supply. But I was just wondering what's your max amperage draw on your Yaesu for 100 watts? I would think it should be well below 30. My Yaesus don't usually pull that much power. I mean, I just have 2 meters, 70 centimeter. I don't have any HF stuff, but running 50 watts. I'm running 50 watts right now on the mobile, and when I ran it on, I used to run an Astron, I think 7 amp power supply, and never had any issues running 50 watts on 2 meter on a 7 amp Astron power supply, and then now I'm using 25 amp Radio Shack power supply for my base radio, which I usually only run the least amount, that I need to. I'm usually only running 5 watts, if that's all I need. So that's obviously pulling a lot less amperage than 50, but I still don't usually pull that much, it seems like. And I know some people just do, instead of putting a bunch of money into a power supply, I know some people just buy like a deep cycle, like marine battery or whatever, and put a smart charger on it. And then you also have, emergency communications. If your power goes out, your battery will keep your radio going. So I used to do that years ago and tempted to go back to doing it again. Because like I said, now you're running off of a battery that's got, whatever, 900 amp or whatever kind of battery you buy, but hundreds of amps. instead of a 30 amp power supply, whatever, and then you put a 2 amp, 5 amp, 20 amp, whatever. Pick your smart charger of choice on there to just keep it always topped off, maintained, whatever, and that's a far less expensive way to do a power supply that also covers you for like power outages and stuff. So just food for thought. You do have to obviously replace the battery every so many years, but it is kind of a cool way to do it as your primary or even as a secondary battery or power supply, 12-volt power supply option there. So, yep.
This is KO4ROY. I wanted to make sure nobody else wanted to. I'm as far as G90, I was looking at that radio. I've seen videos when it was powered with a LiPo 4 battery. I think my Yaesu, it says on specifications at 100 watts it's 3 amps, but I think it takes a lot more than 3 amps. I'm sure something was misprinted on that because I can't imagine 100 watts taking only 3 amps out of it. But the Zygu, if that'd have been a nice little portable radio, and I've seen a couple of those. Seen one on eBay, and I've seen one. HRO used to sell those. I was kind of looking at that radio too. It's got that little scope on it too, the Spectrum scope. It'd be good for working DX or working the open band, and give me what I want, pretty much. So, and then that, with it's got a built-in ATU, so worst come to worst, when I'm in the car, I know it's not the perfectly tuned antenna, but I got that Wilson 5000 until I can get like a ham or something. But that antenna, I bet you I could probably tune with that Zygu with the built-in tune. I bet you I could tune at least 10 meters, 11 meters, probably. I know I used to be able to get an Antron 99 dB antenna to go down to 20 meters with the antenna tuner. That'd be a dirty way of doing it, but it would probably work. And be portable enough for me that I could get back on HF again. This is KO4ROY.
Ham radio outlet does still carry those. I have a friend that just got his the other day. And they're a good radio. That was my start out radio for HF. And I like it. I still use it for POTA. And the beauty part is that tuner is extremely wide-ranged. Like the saying of choice for the G90 tuners is it'll tune a wet noodle. I mean, there's literally videos of YouTubers taking it out and putting a banana plug into the center part of the coax connector and then clipping in the other end of that wire onto a guardrail and tuning it up and making contacts. And I actually, curiosity killed the cat, and I looked up that rig you got, that Yaesu, 22 amps at 100 watts. But I think if you turned it down, it would definitely bring that amperage down. Go ahead, Zach.
W8BCI repeater.
Yeah, we're almost to our destination, almost to the PTH, so I'll go ahead and clear with you guys on this one. But good hearing you out here, and thanks for the ride along. Good chatting with you both. And 7-3s, have a great rest of your evening and weekend ahead, and hopefully we'll chat again soon. 7-3, 7-5 all around. We'll go ahead and clear on this one, and we'll hand it over to Troy. 7-3s to you. See you both, Jim and Troy. And hey, you're still monitoring. Same to you, sir.
KDADX, we'll be clear.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I gave anybody else a chance to key up. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, that Zygu radio, I'm thinking about that. That's a 20-watt radio, and that's something I could do portable. I get that and tripod antenna then, and for the vehicle, I'll just use my my little Wilson 500 or something similar. I got two magnetic CB antennas at my disposal, so that should work. I don't know if you'd want to run it into the cigarette lighter, if you want to hook it to the battery directly with the 20 watt. That would be the thing to do if I could, and then that LiPo lithium battery might be a thing to do too with the charger that goes with it. I think the Zygu, it runs about 400 and something, just under 500. I think it runs around that, so I'm looking at that. So at least they'll get me back on the air. I'm happy about that idea. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens in the next few months. This is Kilo 4 ROY.
KJ4 MES. Yeah. Yep. I think the G90 would be 100% fine on the cigarette lighter. I think anything more than that, then you might start having to think about it a little bit more, but I think the G90 would be 100% fine on the cigarette lighter adapter. Just out of curiosity, are you on the first floor, second floor? What's your situation with your QTH? It might give better idea, even more ideas for antennas. But yeah, I love my G90. It's a great POTA rig now. When I first started, it was my base rig, and I just unhooked everything and took it portable when I went on Parks on the Air activation. But I've got a new base radio now, so now the G90 is just packed away and ready to go at a moment's notice. I take it out portable as much as I can. And it runs, you don't have to have a big battery for that either. Like on Amazon, a 10 amp hour lithium battery, I think you can get them had for about $40 or less. So, and I can run a whole day pretty much on a 10 amp hour. Go ahead.
Roger on that. Well, let's see. Right now, it's the first floor, and let's see. Yeah, that was my concern too. That's what I'm saying. If I could do something portable, at least with the tripod antenna, if I have to go to a park to do it, I could, where nobody's going to step on the ground radios to set them up, because one thing you got to worry about is people walking around stepping on the radios, and that wouldn't be good. So, but at least it gives me an idea. There's probably some parks around here I could definitely go to that I could operate portable with that G90, because I've seen it. It looks like you could hold it in your hand and put it on a table or up on the dash of a car, or it looks pretty small versus the Yaesu is a little bigger. My Yaesu is bigger. You can't really, well, you could, but you wouldn't want to be carrying that one around. I do have an Astron power supply. I would trade somebody for a good working Zygu with Mars mod. I'd be willing to do that, because that Astron power supply, that's a beast. I definitely don't want to end up getting crippled for another 7 months. So that's one reason I'm trying to get rid of that power supply. But I'm looking at the Pyramid 30 amp power supply for base unit, base operations. And 30 amps, yeah, I could probably power the Yaesu with that, but as far as the portable, yeah, that Zygu, I think that's looking more and more good to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I back up 90% of my station. Well, I'll put it this way. I can pack up my entire station into a Harbor Freight 4800 little suitcase box with, good padding all the way around. I've seen guys pack them into a backpack, battery, radio, coax, and antenna into a nice sized backpack. So, very, very, very portable. That's why, that's why they're like the quintessential POTA rig. So.
Marks on the air, yeah, I'm familiar with that. Yeah, that I did field day when I was in Virginia, and Don KJ4MZ, he taught me a lot of stuff. I actually got tested and all that when I was in Virginia, but we were talking about them tripod antennas and stuff like that too. And the more the more I talk to people now that run that Zygu, it seems like the way to go. I mean, it's not an HT, but it's still small enough that I could carry it around and it will do what I need it to do. So I'm just gonna have to for it and get that and get the antenna and all that stuff, and maybe I could get it by summertime or something like that, so I could get it while the band is good. I hear that the sunspot cycle is pretty good right now, from what I've been hearing, and I've listened on the web radio, the web receiver, and I've always heard good stuff going on 10 meters and 20, so I could get back to doing that again.
Yeah. Anything you got is better than nothing, and that Zygu and some of the portable solutions for these antennas are where the money's at right now, as far as that working with your inability for space and ability to leave it up and stuff. The portability factor is huge. Like I'm in a situation, I'm technically not supposed to have any antennas up, but I only got about 3 of them, in addition to my TV antenna. So, but yeah, I had to get really creative with that too. I live in a mobile home park, and I had to run coax, 100 foot of coax from where my shack is unfortunately located to my shed, and yeah, it gets pretty creative.
WHBCI repeater.
I'm talking to Jim, right? I might have to see what ham clubs there are around here too. Because I used to attend when I was in Virginia. I was in Hampton area and I attended one, and it was a lot of fun. At least on field day I got to do. I operated on their system that they set up, but yeah, that would be cool too. So come up with something that I'm able to get back on, because it's something I really enjoy doing, and it's kind of sad that I'm not using my license to its full ability yet, since I've had to leave Virginia. So it's been a couple years. So it's time for me to do something to get back on.
Right on. I 100% agree. Like I was saying earlier, to the point of, how Clint jumped in there and he was mentioning the audio quality and stuff. if we don't use it, we lose it. You know, we got to get those sharp and honed, and playing radio and getting on and rag chewing that's the way we keep our skills honed. So yeah, hopefully you can get in there. You know, get something on the air for HF there. Maybe you can even get creative and get a base station 2 meter 440 up on the air too. Just make life even easier. Gosh, there was something else I thought I was going to mention, but I lost it. KJ4MES.
Hey there, KJ4MES. This is KO4ROY Troy. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. At least, I think it'd be kind of neat. I've been paying attention to 20 meters and 10 meters quite a bit. 40, you need a pretty good sized antenna for it to really get out. 40 meters can be a little tricky, but I could probably do 17 meters, 12, and then of course 11 and 10. So yeah, that's always good. And then 6 meters, of course, especially when the sporadic E is out. That'd be fun to do. I think I did once when I was in Virginia with the Yaesu. My Yaesu could do 6 meters, and that was fun. That's a little more challenging, though, because 6 meters doesn't open up as quite as often, but it does. Well, even 2 meters will open up once in a while too, believe it or not. When that ducting effect gets rolling in, you could be talking a few states away even on 2 meters.
Yeah, I couldn't tell where the guy was, but I actually had it happen on 70 centimeter. I'm sitting here on the KC8 LMI repeater, and I heard somebody key in there, and I reply and get nothing. I'm like, well, what's going on with that? Somebody chimed in and said, that's sporadic E coming in there. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't even think about that. So yeah, very interesting. What was it I was going to say? You can do 40 with those 17-foot whips. If you can either buy a Chameleon or Wolf River coil, 40 meter coil for it. I think they even make an 80 meter coil on both of those brands as well. Yeah, those coils can be had to get you on 40 and 80. And anytime you change bands, if you want to get true resonance, you got to go out there and actually change the length on things and stuff. But that antenna setup does work well. I have a tripod that stands probably about 8 foot, and I have a mirror mount mounted on the top of that with my 17-foot whip on that. And I had borrowed a friend's Sporty 40 and put that on there with 6 17-foot radios. And we were running a 3-op POTA activation, and we were working all over the country on it. So.
Fantastic. That's fantastic to hear. Yeah. If I can, if I have the money or can get the money, the antenna I really want is that radiotic HF010. That thing looks like it's pretty hefty, and it comes that will do 80 on down, and it's got the coils that you can change, and it's got it just looks like it's built to last, and it's got the banana plugs. It comes with radios that plugs into the banana plugs. You plug that into your your base part of it. And you can either do both, or you can do spike or tripod and spike to hold it in the ground. So it has some good possibilities.
I just looked that up, and that does look like a nice little antenna. And if you're going to go with, if you were doing a package deal or something, or ordering all at once, Radiotity typically does like bundle deals where they, have all sorts of accessories for the radio, and they sell G90s. And then that antenna does look like a nice little antenna, and I've actually seen, I want to say the guy from Ham Radio 2.0 done a review on it. Maybe another guy, but I can't remember who on YouTube. But yeah, I've seen at least one review on it, and the guy wasn't complaining. So yeah, I think you got in your scope, I think you got a really good setup in mind there.
That's for sure. I've got the possibilities of setups in mind. It's just a matter of getting the money down to do it. That's the question. That's the big one. I forget what your name is. My memory is just not good. What'd you say your name was? This is Troy, K04ROY.
Friends call me Jim, Julia, Indigo, Mike. Given name is James, Julia, Alpha, Mike, Echo, Sierra. And that's kind of where I got the vanity call from, K4MES. If you look at the 4 when it's typed out, it looks like James.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, yeah. Yep, very familiar with that. I know when I was in the old Commodore 64 Amiga groups, people used to write like that too, using numbers as letters and stuff. Some people do that on their license plates too, so I've seen that. Seen and heard of that. So that's kind of fun. Just know how to do that. But yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah. Well, I'll be doing some research into that now. As far as the best way to get the G90 and all the accessories and then the portable antenna. And once I do that, I should be good to go. I think, anyway.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, look forward to seeing if you get on the air here soon. I don't know if you ever if you can get into it from where you're located at, but there's quite a bit of activity on the Kilo Charlie 8 Lima Mike India repeater over on Aurelius Road. So I'm just throwing out where the activity's at for you. KJ4MES.
I think I got that one programmed in there. I've got the MSU one. I got let's see, there's the 2.8. There's this one. There's a few other ones that I was able to get. I got Repeater Book, the app in my phone, and what I did was I tried to go within like 20-mile radius because generally that's about as far as the HT is going to hit. As far as repeaters, but yeah, that's what I did for 2 meters and 440 on there. I got a Bowfang that'll do 220, but this radio's got much better quality transmit and receive, so I've been using this one. The other one is was it UV? I think it's the K5 Plus or something like that. That's what I had, the other one. But this one's got much better much better receive, much better transmit than the other Bofang I've got, which will do 220, but, you know. And I think there was a repeater or two on 220. I remember having it programmed in there, but one thing, it wouldn't receive the 9.4 or the 3.9 repeater very well. But this radio here does, so it's got a better receiver in this one, for sure.
NHCY, CQ.
CHCAY, is that your call?
Is KD88ZY, Kilo Delta 8 Hotel Zulu Yankee, calling for net control.
If I got it. As far as I've understood, the web has been shut down for the time being until the next band comes through. Go ahead.
Copy that. Put my name down on the next list for the next network. I'm out and about delivering for DoorDash. I found some flooding over the road in several spots. Whoa, like this one right here. That was a big flood. That was Edge Boulevard, just east of Washington Road. So that's my report.
I'm not net control. I don't even know if the guy from net control is still listening. I'm going to go ahead and step out here though, just in case that does start up here again soon. KJ4MES, I'm going to go ahead and be clear. If net control is listening, might jump in here. Thank you.
KJ4MES, nice talking to you. Maybe I'll run into you again there, James. Definitely got me some things to think about, and definitely might have made my day in some ways. So at least I know that HF might be around the corner for me. So that's good to know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go back to monitoring mode. You guys have a wonderful night. This is KO4ROY. We'll be monitoring.
KHZY. Is it tonight or is it next week?
Coming in there, your audio is kind of low. I could not make out what you were saying. KO4ROY.
Is there a meeting tonight, or was it last week, or next week? Excuse me. Was there a meeting tonight, or will there be a meeting this coming Friday?
To see if someone else will come back to that one. I'm not sure on that one, so maybe somebody that's monitoring can answer that question for you. KO4ROY.
Asking about if there was going to be a meeting, or if you already missed it for tonight, or if there's going to be a meeting next Friday.
Familiar with how the ham clubs around here do that, because I was thinking about participating in one of them around here too, so I'm not familiar with how that works. KO4ROY.
is CW8BBI repeater TL100 Hertz.
This is KD8 West. This is KD8 HCY on a handheld.
This is the WHBCI repeater PL 100 Hertz.